Hi there, welcome to part two of my attempts to trading the Burrage Frech match at Nottingham. Now, if you recap, if you watched part one, I first of all went into the market to lay off the first player to break service. And that didn't go entirely to plan in that I came away with a £14 loss across the field. However, I then took that into the second set and utilised the lay the first set winner strategy. Except, given that I'd gone into the whole match with a view of using a £50 liability, I essentially adjusted my stake such that I wound up in the second set again with a £50 liability overall. So my liability for the actual lay of Burrage in the second set was £36, give or take. And the idea here was to get myself up to a position where I could eliminate my losses. Now in this case, if you watch the ladder bouncing up and down, you'll see over the course of the video that there was plenty of opportunity to actually get myself into the green and even come away from the match with a small profit. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, of course. But in the end, because I didn't feel comfortable with the way the match was going, I wound up, as you'll see shortly, trading out for around about a £7 across the board loss. In other words, I halved my liability that I was going to lose on the match. Again, in hindsight, I was a little bit premature because no sooner had I done that, as you will see shortly, the odds on Burrage drifted to such an extent that I could have, at the very least, came away with a scratched trade for the match. But not to be. I think part of the problem there is, of course, I'm so used to trading in running horses, where a 7 furlong sprint lasts all of 60 seconds. Whereas it takes a different mindset completely to get used to hanging around for which can be a considerable amount of time in the tennis markets. And I simply don't have that level of experience in tennis yet to be able to comfortably sit back and watch that happening. So here you can see the my position being laid off for a £7 loss across the two players. And of course, no sooner have I done that, and you will then find that the market starts to rise. Indeed, Frech actually pulled this set back. She won this set. So ultimately, Burrage traded up away, sort of 2.5-ish later on in this set. And the match went to a 3-set. I don't actually know what the final score was. I haven't checked. But I got my position. I'd got it wrong. I had done the trade wrong in the sense that I came away with a loss. But I did it. I was happy with the way I did it to minimise my losing position. So £7, neither here nor there. So all's good. But it's worthwhile trying that. As I say, in retrospect, if you've watched part one, you'll see I probably entered too late. The break in service, the first break in service, didn't come until the fifth game, which meant that with the score at 3-2, there was much less opportunity for Burrage to drift again, depending on how our opponent performed. And she didn't perform particularly well in the second half of the first set. So all in all, happy with the performance in terms of the way I did things, not so happy with the result. And as you can see, we're getting Burrage going up 1.6. That would have been a trade out position for a scratch, it was around at 1.6, but as you'll see there, it's jumping up above 1.6 fairly regularly. And as I say, our opponent went on to win this set to draw the game level. So, okay with the slight loss, no big loss, no big issue there. It's all part of the learning experience. Okay, thanks very much for watching, guys. Cheers.